What's going on, you beautiful people? Welcome to my new channel. And today's topic is going to be a negative mind will always create a negative reality. Why is that? Because mindset's everything, and mindset really will determine your reality. So if you're thinking a lot of negativity, if you're thinking of basically living in fear all the time and being negative all the time, this is going to shape you. The habits will shape your life. What you do on a day-to-day basis will shape your life. And sometimes you have to truly look at yourself in the mirror and understand, how can you grow? How can you become better? And how can we evolve? There's been plenty of times in my life where I've been negative and negative and negative and negative. And that has sent me down a very dark road. But I wouldn't look at that as a bad thing. I would look at that as potentially growing. Using that as fuel, using that as motivation to evolve and to become better. Because maybe if you're watching this, you're always wanting to succeed. And it might be that one thing that's constantly on your mind where you basically just think about and obsess over, and you feel like nobody understands you, or nobody understands the vision. But I think that's a very, very beautiful gift to have. Because sometimes opinions of others or, what other people think will dictate our reality. And the thing is, you have to understand is, not everybody's going to understand your dream and what you want to go after. And that's okay. It can be your friends, it can be your family, close ones, it doesn't matter. But when you have obsession, that will help you put the stepping stones to what you want to go after. Faith is a very important thing too. Having undeniable faith that whatever you're doing today is going to shape your tomorrow. And whatever you believe in, it can be a higher source, anything like that. Sometimes it's good to lean on that. I don't know where my future is going, but I trust. Trust is going to be the main important factor for this journey called life. And once you understand that, that will be the blueprint. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that life is always going to be sunshine and rainbows, because it's not. You're going to go through trial and error. You're going to be confused. And you're going to feel like, why the fuck is this happening to me? But sometimes you just got to lock in. You can't go off your emotions. You can't go based off things that basically are negative. Because once you feed energy to that negative thought and that thought pattern, you're cooked. You are cooked. So, what can you do? Once you have a negative thought, become the observer in your mind. Don't give energy to it. Allow it to come and ask, is this me producing this thought? Why is this thought coming? And sometimes, thoughts are just thoughts. You don't have to believe everything you think. And that's the beauty of it. But when we are living in that anxiousness, when we start giving energy to the bad thoughts or the bad energy, we're going to become that. And that's going to become our label. Sometimes you have to break free of that. And, sometimes it's hard to understand that each day is a blessing. Each day that you wake up, that is a chance to grow. That is a chance to go after your dream. That is a chance to work harder. But you need to be diligent with your surroundings. You need to be diligent who you're hanging out with and who's in your circle. Because I'm telling you, birds together will flock together. Who you allow in your circle will determine your whole life. And that can set you back. Believe it or not, it can set you back. And sometimes you have to take the lonely road. You have to cut off certain people. You have to cut off old habits. And you have to have the awareness of, are you ready to change? Because I'll tell you what, if you're not ready to change, you're going to be in the same boat you were last year, and you're going to keep repeating the cycle. I'm only saying this because I've learned from this. I understand this. Because you can keep doing the same things over and over and over again, but you're going to be producing the same results. And change, my friend, takes time. Change doesn't happen overnight, and that's okay. So if you are taking the first stepping stone to growing, to developing, and to trying to do better, that's all that matters.